finally doing a new video and on my new camera as well, so I'm really excited. I'm a bit late to the party, but Happy New Year. It seems ridiculous saying Happy New Year in the middle of January, I guess. What is it now? Like the 18th? Possibly? Yeah, sorry it took me a while to get back on here. I know I said I'd post sort of every 2 weeks, but I think that was a bit ambitious. So definitely once a month I'll make sure I'm doing a video for you all. I had a really hectic Christmas. There was a lot going on at home and stuff, so I've had family members in hospital, all sorts of stuff, but everything's starting to look up now, which is good. So I said that I would be totally honest on this channel and not sort of sugarcoat the truth about living with chronic illness and with kidney problems. So in the tradition of honesty, I have had an absolutely terrible week. I mean, really bad. So on Monday I didn't feel too great. I was a bit knackered, but I thought it was just because it had been the first week back at work after the Christmas holidays. I was so wrong. When I got to Tuesday, I couldn't get out of bed. I was completely aching. I felt like I had concrete in my blood instead of blood. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I had a chronic fatigue flare-up, which I haven't had one in a good 3 or 4 months. Yeah, so it came as a bit of a shock. I'd sort of got so used to being able to do stuff and just having a slight ache and a bit of a meh and not a lot of energy to completely being floored, being stuck in bed, which I'm not good at. I'm impatient and I get bored easily. So I have spent the last 4 days tucked up on the sofa, either writing some books and bits and pieces that I've been working on, reading Harry Potter fan fiction. I know that's really sad, but that's what I do when I feel crap. And watching movies and Glee again on Netflix, which is ridiculous. I think I've sort of regressed to my high school self to make myself feel safe, which is a whole different video for a whole different day. I filmed a few clips throughout the week to show you how I've been feeling. I don't always look like this. This is the first time in probably a week that I've even had a scrap of makeup on, and I don't want all these videos to be me here sat dressed and with my hair and makeup done, where actually this is a rare occurrence. Normally it's roll out of bed, put some comfier pyjamas on and try and deal with the pain all day. So yeah, I've lived in bed or in the bath for the last week, just trying to get rid of the pain really. This little clip today, I wanted to show you what it looks like when I'm not all made up and I'm struggling with chronic fatigue. So I am aching a lot today, really struggling, and you can see the darkness under my eyes where no amount of sleep is gonna get me feeling better. I have several spots and I'm just horrible and yeah, not feeling great. So I want to be honest on here and not just literally show myself covered in makeup and looking my best, because that's not how life works, is it, when you feel like us? So yeah, I'm currently slobbed out on the sofa trying to get some work done, but my brain power is not there. So I just thought I'd shoot this to have a little bit of honesty with you guys and let you know how I was feeling. So you're not alone if you're feeling this today. I don't know if anybody has any tips to help with chronic fatigue. I think for me, I've sort of learned that I have to relax my muscles, that I won't sleep very well if there's pain, so I need to bath before bed, pop some paracetamol before I sleep and cover myself in lush sleepy stuff. But if anybody has got any other tips, I'm more than happy to hear. Please comment them for me. It has been a real struggle this week. Along with this, I wrote a mighty article this week that was published on Thursday about feeling guilty and the guilt that comes with chronic illness. I'll put a link in the bio for anyone that's interested in reading it. And yeah, I was thinking about how guilty I felt to have to call into work sick and to not be able to go in and teach my classes. And then I realised that I would have been no good to man or beast. I would have been the world's most awful teacher this week. I wouldn't have even been able to stand up for an hour, let alone run on about JB Priestley. I kept apologising to my mentor and trying to get up and go in every single morning, even though I had emails from everyone I work with telling me to stay off until I felt better and to not push myself because it'd affect me in the long run. Yeah, I still tried to push myself and didn't think about the long run. And so actually this morning I'm feeling a lot better. I'm just going to pop to a friend's, but this is the first time I've left the house in a week, so I need to get out just to sort of curb the cabin fever that I've been feeling. But it will just be come home, get straight back in my pyjamas and lounge about watching God knows what else I can find on the telly. Felt serious guilt this week at not being able to do the things I normally do, and I had to remind myself that my health does have to come first. I'm a nightmare for thinking about others before I think about myself. I don't want to be defined by my chronic illness, but sometimes when you can't get out of bed, there's no way in hell you can not be defined by it, I guess. I guess with the new year as well, something else I've been thinking about is New Year's resolutions, and whether there is any point making them when you have an illness or something that's affecting you from probably living the life that you pictured all those years ago before you got diagnosed. I started this year thinking that it was going to be amazing, that my chronic fatigue had cleared up, that my treatment had gone really well with my kidneys, which is still true, touching wood. But yeah, I found myself completely floored by stuff that I hadn't had to feel for a long time, and I think it kind of set me back. It made me quite anxious thinking about going through a whole new year of this and what was to come of it. I mean, I've got exciting things going on, we're planning weddings, all that kind of stuff, but yeah, it kind of knocks you for six when you feel so bad again when you've not felt it in a while, and I think that makes it hard. Like, you see people making all these New Year's resolutions about being fit and being healthy, and for me that's not always an option. I think that sometimes it can be quite damaging when you live a life that's so sort of topsy-turvy as people like us do, and we think that, oh, we're going to set all these expectations, all these goals, and sometimes you just have to put yourself first rather than worrying about being goal-driven. So for me, I was meant to finish my teacher training by the middle of February, which isn't going to happen now because I had to have this week off, and I can't push myself up to a few more days a week because I physically can't do it. So I've had to make the decision to stay on till Easter and finish my training then, which was a kick in the teeth when at the start of the year I thought I'd be finished within a month and a half. But it is what it is, and I will get there. I just need to stop beating myself up about not living up to my expectations of myself. Which brings me on to my sort of final point of this video about feeling guilty this week and how I've dealt with the chronic fatigue and the guilt that comes with it, is how vile I've felt, really. It's really weird. So I don't know how many of you watch it, but Love Island, or Winter Love Island, started this week on ITV2, and it is filled with beautiful girls and beautiful boys running around an island, sort of getting off with each other. I think we all know the premise of Love Island. While I am an ardent feminist, it is kind of my guilty pleasure, and when I'm barely able to move in my pyjamas with narwhals on, to be able to look at them and not think, oh my god, I feel disgusting. So that has been a big issue for me this week. I've started off the new year really positive. I've had a new tattoo, my hair's growing, I felt really good about myself, my moon face is going down. I was like, yeah, you know, this is going to be my year. This hit, and I was comparing myself to girls on Love Island and thinking, oh my god. I'm sure most of you feel the same. I know a lot of us have got a lot of confidence, especially when you've gone through what we've gone through, sort of with all the stuff that goes along with chronic illness and the side effects. It's hard to feel attractive all the time. So yeah, I'm sitting here in my sloth jumper, clearly giving off those Love Island vibes this morning. Yeah, I don't expect everyone to relate to that sort of side of it, but I think it is a real thing, isn't it? Like, how can you live in the age of Instagram and stuff and not feel sort of downtrodden by these sort of amazing skinny bikini babes when you're putting on weight from your side effects of your medication, or you've got a rash because your autoimmune disease is being a bitch, or you're covered in scars, or... And I know that attractiveness doesn't just come from being skin deep, but I think in the society we live in, there's a huge sort of target around that. So there isn't many people in the public eye, like I talked about in the last video, that show what it's like to live with an invisible illness or a chronic illness, and actually that it's not always invisible. So yeah, that's probably something I need to address in another video, and not today, but it's an aspect of the guilt that I've been feeling this week, and I just thought I'd drop it in there. Thanks for listening again. If you want to read the mighty piece I wrote, I'll put a link in the bio for you. Thanks for listening and taking the time to watch this again, I guess. Right, I'll see you later, guys.